high in Abernathy. I've been in Pell City since 2019. My wife, my two children, Rylan, he's a ninth grader, moving into the junior high school. Kennedy, who'll be a sophomore this year. And I guess a fun fact about me is that's the only family I have here in Pell City. We're not born and raised here. We moved here from Madison, Alabama. It's been a great experience. Both of my kids attended Coosa Elementary. And we really enjoyed our time here. So that's a little bit about me. I work for a vegetation management company out of Lincoln, Alabama, 14 states. So keeps me busy, and then obviously my kids.
All right, please describe the role of a local school board member as you understand it, and why are you the best person to fill this position?
I think Jared stole my notes, but I was good. I could give the textbook answer of policy making, budget oversight, strategic planning, accountability, all those things, which are the duties of a school board. But I think about it myself is I'm just the conduit between students and community to the superintendent. I spent a lot of time, obviously, preparing for these questions, not knowing we would have a superintendent. So that was going to be my focus, was finding a qualified superintendent for this school system if I'm appointed. But I think the current board did a phenomenal job. Like Jared said, I haven't seen a bad thing said about Dr. Burns. And if I'm appointed, I think the number one thing is developing a good relationship with him, working as a team. And that's how we move forward. In my current job, I'm responsible for a lot of the same duties that the board members have, budget, dealing with people, accountability, all those type of things. But I also have 15 years in government experience. And so I kind of get the bureaucratic process of it's not as fast in that type of environment as in the private sector. So you kind of have to know how to finagle that. I can't sit here and say that I am the most qualified. When I saw that there was 47 people apply for this, I was shocked. And that's phenomenal. I think for this city that people want to be engaged to be here. I'm thankful to have the opportunity to be here tonight. But I can't sit up here and say I am the most qualified. I don't have a lot of curriculum experience, business background. But I can tell you that I will work hard to analyze our system, hear from our community, research others that are close by, and do what's right for our kids so that they get the best education they can.
Thank you. What are the most significant issues our school district is currently facing, and how would you propose the district address those challenges?
These are in no particular order, but I think our math and reading proficiency, I think we can improve there, but how to do that, I think you've got to target areas where you interventionist, professional development for teachers, resource allocation. What do we spend per child compared to the state average? I think we can improve there. And then the strategic planning. I think we've got to have a strategic plan, work along the city for growth, and I think those are key issues.
The Alabama State Department of Education scored Pell City schools an 80 in 2022, an 81 in 2023, and an 83 in 2024. What are your thoughts on this trend and the trajectory of the school system overall?
It's positive. Year-over-year growth or improvement. I would say the current board, faculty, students, they've worked hard to improve that. And so we've got to continue that positive momentum. Targeting drivers to continue that success. What that looks like, you look at things that's worked in other districts, what the current board's done, where are they targeted, the administrators, getting their feedback. I think that's crucial to figure out where we need to go to continue that positive momentum.
All right, do any of the committee members have follow-up questions for questions 1 through 3?
Oh, I do. Does your wife work for the system?
She does.
Okay, is that gonna be a conflict for you, or can you address that for us?
No, I don't believe it will. My wife, she just went back to the workforce last year at Iowa. She's a secretary. I don't foresee that being an issue, and if it ever did come to something, I would, recuse myself from voting on anything that would have an impact on that. But to follow up to that, I think that I want what's best for Iowa, just like I want what's best for Crusoe or Eve or any of our schools.
Anybody else have anything? No? Okay. All right, what steps would you take to establish and maintain trust in the board?
Transparency, I think that's been the theme here. Not being from Pell City, politics, it seems very political around here. I don't know a lot of people here, met people through my kids, but to gain that trust, I think that it takes time, obviously, but it's a clear and concise message frequently to the people in this community. So why did you make that decision? Why did you vote that way? And so I just think that, you've got to work hard at communicating with everybody and being truthful. But it just takes time.
What is your perception of our school district's current working and learning environment, and do you have ideas on how to ensure and maintain a positive environment?
Yeah, so I can't speak in length about the working environment of what these teachers deal with every day. I would say it's safe. I hear from my kids, I think they're in a safe and productive learning environment, but I think there's always room for improvement. So we have to be prudent in what we do with our money. If we need improvements in facilities or whatever for a more conducive learning environment, we should do that. If it makes sense. But I think you got to promote gratitude and recognition. But also when you have negativity, you've got to address that quickly and emphatically as well.
How important is long-term strategic planning for a school system? In what key areas should Pell City schools prioritize such a plan?
I think that's a top priority, is having that strategic plan. With the growth that we've seen, I watched the city's video that they posted not too long ago about the growth here, and just what I've experienced in 2019 since being here in 2019. And it's an exciting time to be in Pell City, which is a great thing. But the strategic plan, it's our roadmap to ensure sustained improvement, alignment with community needs, and adaptability to challenges. But we've got to have a long-term approach to that.
What are your thoughts on the current structure of the Pell City school system's curriculum? How should this district's curriculum balance college prep courses with vocational and life skills?
Yeah, so I'm not a curriculum expert by any means. I think we have our core classes, K through 12, that align with state standards. It seems to be a vertical thing between all schools so that they all line up with each other, from what I can tell. We have the career tech, dual enrollment, AP courses. And so I think you have to look at what students are selecting. Do we have the right mix? Are we providing what they need to be successful? And so I think that's a continuous thing that you have to look at to make sure we're preparing students for their future, whether that be college, vocational, military, whatever it is. And then you also have to look at the economic trends. I mean, things are constantly changing. From when I graduated and went to college, things are completely different. Look at AI, cryptocurrency, all those type of things that are coming that our kids are going to deal with. Are we offering classes that prepare them for that? And so I think that I would enjoy doing that if I'm appointed to this board, is researching those things and how to get the best classes and mix of vocational, college prep, whatever they may need to set them up for success. A little bit about myself, I went to accounting school, probably least likely to go to college. was fortunate enough, right during my senior year, to get a co-op opportunity with Ennis Army Depot. Did a tech degree, diesel technology. Wanted to continue my education, so I went to Jacksonville State University, graduated from there.
Okay.
So I think having, go Gamecocks. I think having that background of, I did the career tech, went to four-year college, I think helps me understand and can maybe communicate with our students.
All right, does anybody have any follow-up questions for Mr. Abernathy?
I do. Having come from a different community, you said you came from Madison County.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there things that you see that were done in that county that you think would be advantageous to be implemented here in this school system?
I do. When we voted on the millage increase here, we're scared that was going to pass. That was kind of foreign to me. I thought that would pass with flying colors because of Madison. It did. And you saw what your money got you there by having top-ranked schools. But as far as what they did, you know, I'm a big sports guy, but I think investing in the arts and learning for those students had a huge impact on their success there.
Did anybody else have anything? All right, Ryan, you got like 2.5 minutes if you want to do a closing.
All right, hey, appreciate the time. It's an honor not being from Pell City. Obviously, I'm excited to be here. I think the steering committee, I think y'all done a phenomenal job. I read through all the applicants, and I think no matter what decision the city council makes, you'll have a strong board of education. But I just appreciate all the applicants, appreciate y'all's time. I know that's been a lot of hard work, and excited to see where this thing goes.
All right, thank you so much.